That is awesome, dude. Look how red he is. That's real animal style right there.
Look at that.
That is a day maker, baby. Oh, look at that.
Real Animals, presented by Contender Boats.
This week, I'm back visiting my good friends at South Seas Island Resort. I'm in Capt, Florida. We're fishing out of their Bayside Marina. My good friend Captain Ozzie Fischer is putting us on the fish today. Hey gang, today I'm back fishing out of Capt, Florida, one of my very favorite places on the west coast of Florida, South Seas Island Resort. The Bayside Marina, kind of a new thing they got going there, or revamped, remodeled thing they got going there. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, we used to run out there for years, and unfortunately Hurricane Charlie pretty much took it down, but they've rebuilt it, and we're running back out of there now. So it's
nice setup.
It's a great setup.
Yeah.
You get the boat ramp right there for people who are bringing their boats, put right in, the boat's there, trailer storage. It's a great facility.
Yeah, it's a really nice morning. So we got pretty decent weather.
Yes.
What do you think today's got in store for us?
I think today we got a front approaching, but I think we're gonna target snook.
Okay.
It's gonna be our main focus. Hopefully we'll get lucky, maybe get a trout or two or a redfish mixed in.
Fishing ahead of the front, new moon coming up. Should be a good day.
I think it'll be a great day.
Looking forward to it. Well, one of my very favorite places to fish has always been Charlotte Harbor. Ever since the first time that I came down here chasing tarpon many, many years ago, I've just absolutely fallen in love with this place. And South Seas Island Resort, you know, is kind of just towards the south end here, and it just gives so much incredible opportunity. You know, you just don't know what you're gonna get. The offshore bite here is absolutely incredible. The inshore bite's incredible. So it really just depends on what Mother Nature's giving you for a day. And I know fishing with Ozzie Fischer, he's one of the best in the business. We're gonna get on fish. He's gonna put us in the right spot. We just wait and see what Mother Nature gives us, and we go fishing.
Hasn't been a lot of fish on this side. There've been more numbers on this side, but the fish here there've been some nice 30+ inchers right here.
Nice.
So we'll try right here.
Big snook wouldn't stuck. Start the morning with a big snook.
We're gonna get it. We'll have some shots at a few big fish today. We'll grab our bait, not the chum.
Yeah, right. That's a pretty good tip, because I find even on Tampa Bay now that chumming is such a prevalent deal.
Yeah.
That I like to fish a spot a little bit before I hit it with chum.
100%.
Attaboy. Ozzie with the first fish in the morning. Or the first non-miss of the morning anyway. Attaboy. Springtime snooking.
Yeah, a little snook.
South Seas Island Resort. You're gonna like it. Attaboy.
We've had, you and I are both talking about how many small snook we have right now.
Yeah.
So good to show for, and that's what you need.
Yeah.
Shows for a healthy fishery. Little guy, little snook. Yeah, perfectly in the corner of the mouth. Okay, let him go.
You know, Ozzie never ceases to amaze me. The guy is just always upbeat, always knows where the fish are, kind of understands what the winds and the weather and the tides, how they're moving those fish around, and he always seems to get it done for us. You know, it never ceases to amaze me. We have so much beautiful shoreline.
We do.
Down here in this part of the state. I mean, just
It all looks so good.
It does.
Unfortunately, it's not all good.
Right, but it does. It looks, the whole thing looks fishy. You know, on the west coast of Florida, inshore fishing doesn't get really much better than what this particular stretch offers. You know, Pine Island Sound is covered in mangrove shorelines and grass flats with a lot of potholes and oyster bars, and it's an incredible estuary. It's absolutely phenomenal, and it holds so many different species of our inshore fish, you know, snook, redfish, trout, flounder. I mean, you can find it all right here in Pine Island Sound on the south end of Charlotte Harbor. It's just absolutely a fisherman's paradise. Oh, he goes deep.
There he is.
Hi, boy, Oz.
He took it deep. That one ate it.
Did he thumped it?
He ate it. See as I do that? Little snook.
You know, we're on the new moon here, and with that new moon, it usually brings really low morning tides, and that was the scenario we had this morning. We were fishing some pretty low water to start, although we had a southwest wind, which we knew was going to push a lot of water in, so the incoming tide was going to make that tide come up pretty quick. You know, lo and behold, there were some fish in there to be caught.
Real Animals is brought to you by Quantum Fishing Reels, Aqua Traction, Strike King, Rolls Axle Trailers, Bull Bay Rods, combined with Tangle-free guides.
Well, on low water, like we had this morning, oyster bars, because they come up, you know, a rise up spot where the bar builds itself up, usually you've got some really good deeper depressions on the outside edges of these oyster bars. And again, that creates that perfect ambush point for these fish. And this time of year, big trout, snook, all like to hang on these oyster bars. Oyster bars draw a lot of bait fish. You know, structure in general draws bait fish to it for protection, and that's why structure-oriented fish, ambush predators, like to hang out in these areas, because that's where they're going to find the easiest meal.
There you go, Mike. There's a, oh!
Good fish,
You got him.
I got him.
There's a big fish.
Boy. Yeah, let's try the grass, Ozzie. Good call.
There's a stud. Nice, Mike.
It's all you, kid.
Woo! Woo!
Listen to that quantum go, baby.
I did tell you throwing that grass, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Every now and then.
I'm
I know what
coachable.
doing. That's a big fish.
It's a really nice snook.
Let me get the troll motor up, just in case. There you go. Nice 30-inch fish.
Come here.
That's how you get out of your slump, Mike.
That's it, buddy. Slump buster.
Slump buster.
Nice snook, buddy. Look
Nice
at how pretty
snook.
that fish is.
There's a fat, look how fat and healthy that. That's a nice fish. Nice mid-slot fish.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job,
boy.
man.
Back fishing with the Oz, man.
Look at that. See that? Right there, you've been hit by a dolphin or
Yeah,
something.
sure has.
Nice. Well, you're aqua traction. Let's see how big he is.
Yeah.
33, 32 inches.
Nice snook.
Nice 32-inch snook.
You know, for many years now, I've been fishing with Ozzie down here in this fishery, and for some reason, he has the uncanny knack to just know which oyster bars are holding fish at certain times of the year. And Ozzie had told me early in the trip that he had an oyster bar that he thought was going to be pretty productive, and it didn't take long to find out that this particular spot was holding a lot of fish.
You're on. There's a good fish. Mike.
That's that one that blew up there a minute ago, I think.
God, that thing went racing down
He
the bar,
did
didn't
go
it?
racing down the bar. Oh, yeah.
A nice snook. That's a good one. I just got bit too.
Come on, double me up, kid. Double me
He
up.
hit it and dropped it. There you go. I'll land your fish.
Yeah?
How about
All
that?
right, Oz.
I missed mine.
I've been missing all morning, so I'll take a couple here just to get back in the game. Another nice fish, though, Oz. I love that drag. You know, this time of year, that water temp's down, so they have so much energy.
Oh yeah.
That's
The
really...
water temp's about 73 right now, and what's nice too is you can handle the fish and it doesn't really hurt them that much because the water's so cold.
Yeah, they have so much energy. They recover so
Open
much
your mouth.
quicker.
There we go.
Okay,
Nice.
Oz.
Circle hook worked just like I was supposed to there, Mike, right?
Yep.
Right in the corner.
It's another
Nice.
good fish.
26, 27-inch fish.
Yeah. Got him.
Yep.
They're so much fun. They have so much
They're the
energy.
best.
They have
They're the
so
best.
much energy. They
The
really are.
best inshore fish there is. I'd rather catch these than any other fish. I mean, tarpon are great, but they're a lot of work to reel on. And
Yeah,
this,
no
you
doubt.
can catch these all day, but
Good
nice
stuff.
fish.
Yeah, no doubt. Nicely done, Oz. You know, snook are such a beautiful game fish. You know, that silver color in the water, and they're so ambitious and they fight so hard when you hook them. You know, You get really big jumps out of them, and they just don't ever give up. This time of year, the water temps are down, you know, 72, 73, 74 degrees, so the water's not really warm yet. Their metabolism is right where it should be. They're hungry. If the water temps aren't too high or too low, and it really puts them in a mood. When they get hooked, they put up a great fight, and they're just such a beautiful fish. You know, that black lateral line down the side, they use that like a detector, and they pick up the vibrations from the bait fish and those things in the water. It's a great tool for them. They can kind of feel when predators around, maybe there's porpoises in the area. That lateral line kind of gives that away to them. It's just such a beautiful thing to see. You know, I've been doing it for over 20 years now here in Florida, and it just never gets boring to me. I love it every day.
Real Animals is brought to you by Ray Marine, South Seas Island Resort, Gator Gems Tackle, closed captioning provided by Gator Ford.
You know, as we approached the oyster bars, it was interesting to me that, you know, Captain Ozzie said right away, you know, this was normally a spot that this time of year, late February, early March, always holds really big trout. And he just hadn't been seeing a lot of them there. And again, you know, the red tide here about a year ago just decimated a lot of that fishery. So I was feeling kind of bad for Ozzie, because you could kind of hear it in his voice how he was kind of pained not to see those big, beautiful yellowmouth speckled trout on this spot. But it was encouraging to see that a couple of those fish were hanging right where Captain Ozzie said they should be.
I got a big trout.
Did you?
I think so.
I didn't even get to bait up.
I hit to the wire. I got a really big, I got a big gator
you got a big trout.
I think, that trout? Yeah, that's a big trout.
Oh boy. Wow, nice trout too.
Yeah. Nice big gator trout.
Really nice trout. Well, it's funny because you just said that we should have big trout on these.
Typically this time of year, that's what should be the most prevalent on a deep hole by a bar like this. But you and I were talking, I think the trout probably took the biggest hit of any of our fish.
Yeah, we're gonna be real careful releasing this one here.
There you go, I'll lead them right to you.
Yeah. Easy, pumpkin, easy. I'm gonna handle this one as little as possible. Come on. There you go. There you go, my ego.
That's a nice trout right there.
Really nice trout. The color's beautiful. Well, we want this one to go back and make babies. Beautiful speckled trout, man. That's good to see. Big breeder trout deliver thousands of eggs to the estuary. So big fish like that, you want to make sure you release them, handle them with care, and let them get back in there and do what they do.
Yeah, in fact, the state, a trout that size, just shut it down a couple weeks ago. The state's been phenomenal. They've closed snook and redfish. Now the trout, as of February 22nd, you can no longer keep a trout over 20 inches.
Right. It used to be 4 fish per person per day,
with
15 to 20 inches, 1 over 20.
1 over 20.
Right.
But it's not a permanent closure, it's just a temporary
Short-term,
closure,
yeah.
so we can get a full stock assessment and
Make an evaluation after the red tide.
It's phenomenal.
It is good.
They need to be applauded.
They need to
for
be
it.
proactive, and they are being proactive. That's good.
Real Animals Tip of the Week is brought to you by Power Pole.
In 1998, a very good friend of mine invented the power pole right in Brandon, Florida, right in my hometown. This little jobby right here has changed the way we fish. John's vision was for total boat control, so that if he found a school of redfish, he didn't have to worry about trying to get the anchor in, beat the chains off the side of the boat, make a bunch of noise. Well, with power pole, he was hoping to come up with a plan where he could just push a button, maybe with a remote control or with a dash switch, just lower something into the water, secure his boat, control it, get set up on the fish right where he first found the fish. This is what he came up with. Again, total game changer for us. And he's constantly been, over the last 21 years, kind of changing the game. The hydraulic pumps that run the power poles run on biodegradable hydraulic oil. So that if there's a spill that gets into the waterways, it's not an issue for our environment. He also has recently come up with an app for your phone. The app can control the power pole if you have one, or like my boat that has two, you can control each power pole on its own. One of the really cool features of the app, it even has a diagnostic test that you can run and then email or send that information to power pole headquarters. Their technicians can look at it and tell you exactly what's wrong with your power pole. I don't even splash my boat until the power poles go on it. It gives me such an advantage on the water. It'll give you one too. Go to power-pole.com for all the innovative, creative ideas coming at you from this great company called Power Pole.
Real Animals is brought to you by Maui Jim, Plantation on Crystal River, Mirror Lure, Turn on the Bite, Ingle Coolers, Power Pole, CCA Florida and CCA Florida Star Tournament. The South Seas Island Resort on Captiva Island is a 330-acre wildlife preserve which spans 2.5 miles of pristine white sand beaches. Enjoy some of Florida's best fishing, from snook and tarpon to grouper and kingfish, or play a round of golf overlooking the crystal clear waters of the Gulf of Mexico. The Real Animals Fishing Show can't recommend a better island-style getaway than the South Seas Island Resort. This week's Tackle Box is brought to you by Cleanse Oil, America's original cleaner, lubricant, and protectant.
This week's Real Animals Tackle Box, Captain Ozzie and I are using a couple of really light bull bay rods. First, we're using the 7-foot, 8 to 17 pound. This is a medium heavy, fast action rod. This is the assault rod from Bull Bay. We're using a 30 Quantum Smoke here with 10-pound braided line, 25-pound fluorocarbon leader to a 2-aught Nautilus Light circle hook or a Mutu Light circle hook. Owner, Gamakatsu, everybody kind of makes one of these. It's a great hook, really good penetration right in the corner of the mouth. This here is the Real Animals Signature Series. This is the 15-pound rod. I love this rod. It's 7 foot 2 inches long. It's got a great backbone to it, but a fast action tip. This is actually 8 to 15 pounds, so it's just a little bit lighter than the Assault, but great action. This is the rod I use almost every day on my charters inshore, redfish, snook, trout, those things. Again, Quantum Smoke 30, 10-pound braided line, 25-pound fluorocarbon leader with this 2-aught Mutu Light or Nautilus Light circle hook with live pilchards, which is what we're using today. It's the perfect inshore setup if light tackle is your thing. This is all the gear you need to do just what Ozzie and I did today. Get you some of this, get on the water, and catch you some fish. You know, as we pulled up to the last spot of the day, Ozzie had mentioned that he had, caught a few redfish in this spot, but, we pull in there and there's some big jacks and some small jacks, and then we hook a couple of small snook, and it kind of felt like the redfish just weren't going to be there, but lo and behold, as Ozzie usually is, he is true to his game, one of the best in the business, and there's redfish there too.
You got a big trout. I think it's a big trout or a redfish. Big redfish. You got a whole
there was
school
another one in there with him, yep.
Let me get this off. You got another one with it.
Another one with him. There's our slam, Ozzie. Snook, redfish, and trout.
All right, come back. Let's see. The other one was looking for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was definitely more than one in there. That's a day maker for me right there. Big snook, redfish.
Nice, Rick.
That's day maker central right there, buddy.
Well, I did tell you, I thought there'd be a few reds here.
Sure did. Took them a minute to get to the party, but they came on this little Bull Bay assault rod too. There's so much fun on the light rods. Uh-oh.
I got a red dog? Yep.
Snook, redfish, and trout. South Seas with Ozzie. So weird.
Nice redfish. This one had one fall on it too. I wonder if these redfish were running with those jacks.
Oh, probably. They do that a lot.
Oh yeah. All right, Mike. Both nice, healthy slot redfish.
Yeah,
oh,
really.
mine's barely hooked. I mean, barely hooked. Let's see if I can reach. Got her. Nice.
Nice fish, dude. Twinkies again, really.
Yeah. Look, 25-inch fish.
Yeah.
I think they're ready to go, Mike.
Dude, let me tell you what. That right there, that's the day maker. Now we are done.
Yeah.
That is absolutely spectacular right there. Snook, redfish, trout, Ozzie Fischer, South Seas Resort. It doesn't get any better than that. You know, I just can't say enough good things about South Seas Island Resort. You know, now they got the Bayside Marina reopened up here and remodeled and set up. It's got a boat ramp. It's super convenient for anglers to bring their boats. You know, they're smaller boats. They're 27 and unders. Great parking here at the marina. They've got bait, they've got fuel, they've got ice. You know, they've got a world-class golf course right on the Gulf of Mexico, 2.5 miles of white sand beaches, and all of this, the offshore stuff here is as good as it gets anywhere. The tarpon fishing doesn't get any better anywhere else in the world. And then you got guides here like Captain Ozzie Fischer that can put you on snook, redfish, and trout on a daily basis, just literally a mile, mile and a half from the resort itself. It doesn't get any better than South Seas Island Resort, not on the west coast of Florida anyway. Just a spectacular place, and one I'll be sure to visit again soon.